Steve, you're on fire. You're on fire. Somebody put him out, please. Somebody call the fire brigade. They're on fire in here. How you doing?
Above ground, bro.
Oh, my goodness. That was good. That was good. Kingston upon Thames last night warmed you up for here. Thank you, Kingston upon Thames.
They did, too.
Jeez, man. That was so good. All right. That's Internet Cowboys. It's all over Instagram. I was enjoying it last night. I did my own little thing with your little thing. Put it up there and told people you're coming on the show. A trip, a stumble, a fall down on your knees. The brand new album from Seasick Steve. An album that happened by accident. How can that possibly be, Steve?
We just didn't. You know when you kind of plan on making a record?
Yeah.
But I went out to California, and then Dan come out, and we was just fooling around. It's a long story, but we didn't mean to make a record. And then we had, all of a sudden, it go, is this a record? I'm not kidding. It was like that.
But there's 12 tracks.
Yeah, but we did some there, 5, and then we went home and go, oh. And then even when we got back, and they're going, do we make some more? I mean, it was the first time I ever done that, like, but I don't have no more. But we made some more.
There's always more, Steve.
It's
There's
easy,
always
man.
more.
It's easy when you make it like we do.
All right, Dan, how did he get you over to California? How did he manage to get you across the pond this time?
Oh, yeah. I take a long swim.
It was really... You asked for it, Chris.
I know. By the way, I had a chat with Dan beforehand. I didn't realise how much I missed him. I never do until I see him. And I think, I got to miss this guy more when he's not here. But it's hard to do that because you forget because they're not there. Dan is like this. There's a book called The Bhagavad Gita, and I think you wrote it, Dan. It's like...
Then I'm going to read it. If Dan wrote it, I'm going to read it.
Gosh.
But I want the X-rated version, though.
Well, it's the Zen Bible is what it is. Yeah. He's the man. Dan
it was very cold and sweet, and so... And Dan, we was out in California, and Elizabeth started feeling bad, so Dan can come out.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, we are the beneficiaries of the fruits of your particular labour out there. This album, honestly, I heard it last night. I had it on in the kitchen. I did the thing, Steve. I did the thing because it came in on my phone, because it was encoded till today, because the album's out today, everybody. You can get this album today. It's awesome. It's so hot and box fresh. And I had it on the phone. And you can put it on through the speaker, through your boombox, because we've got a boombox. But I didn't. I put it in a vase. I put my phone in a vase.
So that would echo out?
Yeah, just because it's like that kind of vibe, and it was.
Did it work doing that?
Oh yeah, it was all about because it's like.
There wasn't no water in the vase, was it? No.
No, there wasn't.
Okay, I just checking.
Should I try that?
Because then your phone ain't gonna. I'm just sorry. Just saying.
No, but it sounded as good as anything's ever sounded. Highlights for me: San Francisco sound. This is quite a big arrangement, isn't it? There's a lot going on there.
Never done that before.
Yeah, there was was that an orchestra? Was that all of an orchestra?
Yeah, it's just horn. These guys from Memphis playing horns.
I loved it.
And an organ guy.
Let the Music Talk. I love that as well. I mean, honestly, I loved every single track. A couple of standouts for me. Funky Music, love that as well. Elizabeth, track 12. Elizabeth, about this is Steve's life partner is called Elizabeth. I didn't believe she existed for many years, and then I was once honoured an audience with her, wasn't I?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Very few people have met Elizabeth.
She's just shy. That's nothing. She ain't got nothing to do with being shy.
I know.
And then you come on our bus.
I know. And then
she was just sitting, and all of a sudden you look at her and go, "Are you Elizabeth?"
I said that. I said, "Are you Elizabeth?" She went, I might be.
Elizabeth goes, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh. I didn't know what to say.
The boy who played harmonica on that, he captured that song, and he's Willie Nelson's guy since the early '70s. But,
right.
And I just said, this is from my wife. She's sad sometimes, and I never heard nothing like that.
It's a great song, man. It's a great album. A trip, a stumble, a fall down on your knees. If you haven't bought a new album for ages or downloaded or whatever you do with albums nowadays, I just get sent them with these really weird codes that you can't copy and paste them. You got to write them down and then.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I know. Yeah,
doesn't matter. Did you do it?
No, I got it wrong.
Yeah. And Tash said, "This is a bit old school."
Yes,
I went, well, it's Seasick Steve. It's the way he rolls, man.
Especially in the vase.
In the vase. That's why I did it. I thought you might like that.
Oh, my brother.
I was going to take a screenshot of it, but you can't take a screenshot
because then you need your phone.
Yeah.
It felt like when they first announced the internet on Radio 1 back in like 1997.
We've got it. We have it.
Yeah.
Can we get that, please?
Yeah. That's exactly what it felt like. //
Well, Steve, you know what they say, don't you? If you spend too long in the jar, you can't read the label.
There you go.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'll explain that to Dan later.
Yeah.
Why?
Dan is the jar.
Dan is the jar.
Dan is the jar.
Yeah,
Dan is both the inside and the outside. Seasicksteve.com is where you go for tickets for Steve's gigs. Yeah, gigs and tours. Here we go. Steve played Kingston last night, sold out. Tonight, sold out. Rough Trade East in London. HMV Oxford Street tomorrow. A few tickets left for that. Sold out in Bristol on Sunday. Sold out in Nottingham on Monday. Liverpool, a few tickets left for that. That's Rough Trade Liverpool, June the 11th. Also sold out in Leeds, and a couple of tickets left for Brighton. That's June 13. Resident Records at Chalk, Brighton. Festivals over the summer. Wow. Look, there's a whole host of festivals here. There's many farmers' fields in these thousands of acres of rock and roll, but there's one that just comes out and headbutts you in the right on the bridge of the nose, and it's Richie Park, Belgium, supporting Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
How did that happen, Steve?
I don't know. But we're gonna try. We're playing right before him, so I get to play, and then I get to sit down and watch him, so I'm all good.
Oh my gosh!
What a king!
You and him together—that's going to be off the chain. Steve, you are somewhere in your 70s now, and this album is as hot and as energetic as any teenager or bright young thing in their early 20s could come up with. Did you think back then that you would still be doing this now? How you're doing it now?
Well, I don't remember back then, but I didn't think I would be alive, so no.
Really?
No, you know, I wasn't the smartest boy.
No, I know, but the energy with which this album has been produced and comes alive. I know that nowadays, you know, McCartney played Glastonbury when he was 80, and Springsteen's older than you, and he'll do a 3.5-hour set and all that. But things have changed, haven't they?
Yeah.
People have changed.
Yeah. But, you know, I think because me and Dan never really, we never got to be like do this when we was young very much.
Right.
So when all of a sudden it happened, it's like you just, you know, it's time is sort of limited, obviously, you know, and so every time we go out there, it's like you pinch yourself, you know, and like, you know, back in the day they used to have this vaudeville hook. You know, it's like there was a big piece of like thing with a hook on it. And if you didn't, you know, do your thing, they'd hook you off the stage. And that's how we feel. So every night and every time we play, it's like, yes, one more time.
Yeah, so you're hooked on as opposed to hooked off, and you were hooked off for many years.
Yeah. So it's so amazing to get to go do this. I'm going to play Glastonbury. You know,
I know, Pyramid Stage, back on the Pyramid Stage.
Yeah, so, you know, it's just, I never, after the Jules thing, I remember me and my wife, we was thinking, if we could just last till the end of 2007, get some gigs.
Just have some fun.
Never wildest imagination to be sitting all these years later and talking to you. And so.
All right, well, it's great to have you all here, especially with this new bright young thing on harmonica, Richie Prynne. Where did they pick you up, Rich?
I was in a band. We used to busk. Actually, we first met busking outside Steve's queues. We would come and see. We had kind of similar audiences, and we would stand there trying to sell our CDs to his audience.
Wait, have we met before?
Yeah, I think we've done the show a couple of years ago.
Right, so you've been part of the gang on and off for a while.
Sometimes I'll wheedle my way in.
All right, well wheedled.
Yes, I'm a wheedler.
A trip, a stumble, a fall, down on your knees. This album is out now. You can get this now, and you should get it in your life. And his music travels very well, of course, in North America, but also like look at these tour dates. You got Switzerland and Denmark, and you got Brussels, and you got the Netherlands, back to Denmark, Czech Republic, Poland, Denmark, back to Switzerland, France, and then you hit the UK again in November.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows there.
All right, so bigger venues in November. Okay, O2 Guildhall, Southampton, November the 9th, November the 10th, Nottingham at the Royal Concert Hall, November the 12th, Cambridge at the Corn Exchange, November the 14th, the Forum in Bath, Manchester, November the 16th, Glasgow 17th, Wolverhampton 19th, and London, November 21st, O2 Shepherd's Bush Empire. After that, will you be off to America again, to the West Coast, or will you go to Cornwall or back to Norway, or what will you do you think?
I don't know.
If you had to guess.
Probably not back to America, as I was talking to you about that. You know, old girl don't want to go there.
Yeah, let's not have that conversation on the air.
She might, maybe, I don't know, maybe go down to Spain or somewhere. I just got to get out of Norway, man.
Yeah.
Norway's beautiful and all that, but It's chilly there in the winter, and I don't do
It's chilly there in the summer, isn't it? Apparently.
No, it was 29 degrees
Was
2
it?
days ago. I ain't kidding.
Stop it, no.
No, I'm telling the truth. Please. Now it's 7, but hey.
Got my tickets for Seasick Steve in London tomorrow, and I simply cannot wait. Hearing him on the radio is keeping me going until then, says Lulu. Jake says, wow, I couldn't tell that performance was live. It was so good. Seasick Steve sounding so awesome and super tight. Will in Spain. There you go. Oh, it's fate. Spain. Was already in Spain.
Can you get his address?
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome to hear Seasick Steve. Saw him in Madrid opening for Metallica. What a legend. What was that like?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, I never seen Metallica, so we got to go out, and there was a big tower there.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, oh, that's why everybody liked them so much.
Have you seen the documentary?
That I didn't want. That's why I didn't want to see Metallica.
What, because of the documentary?
Yeah.
How good is that film?
And it didn't sound like a Metallica film, but it was. I mean, we talking the same documentary?
No, I'm talking about the film that starred the guys.
Oh yeah,
The
maybe
making of the last album.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
Oh, it's an amazing film. It took them 5 years to make the last album.
Man,
And they filmed the whole thing.
Ooh,
Yeah.
they was really good live, man.
They are quite good.
Yeah, and that band Youngbloods played too.
Yeah.
They was jumping all over the
All
show.
good, all good. Steve, I always do this to you, but I don't care. I'm not going to apologise for it. I'm booking music for Carfest next year. We're due as Seasick Steve next year. You've got to say yes. You just have to say yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to write a contract here that I need you to sign. I will play Carfest next year. Sorry, you got to do it.
Okay.
Next year.
Okay. I wanted to do it this year, but we'd already given everybody off.
I know. I'm just saying. You've had 2 years off. I will play
That's
Carfest
enough.
next year. Okay.
He's gonna make me sign this, people. I ain't.
I am. Legal and binding.
Okay.
Okay. And the band's already in.
Pop your fee down on there, Steve.
Dan and I did a
Pop your
deal
fee
last
on.
week.
I knew you were gonna do something.
Yeah.
And my fee as well.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Steve. Okay.
There it is, and
Thank you
there it is in writing.
Thank you very much.
Done deal, huh?
See you in the usual field next August.
Another muddy field in England.
It's not going to be muddy. We don't do
I know it ain't
salt.
never muddy when we there.
It's not going to be muddy. Steve, thank you, mate. Thank you, 1,000 thank yous. You're the best.
Virgin Radio.